So with E3 2019 rapidly closing in, as it's only a little over 5 weeks away now, the hype is beginning to build for many gamers out there, I'm sure. Myself 100% included in that. And this one is a really big deal, because this will be the last E3 of this current console generation. If reports are right, the next generation will start in 2020, which means E3 2020 will be completely focusing on that. So this year should be all the company's attempts to end this generation with a bang, while also teasing what's to come in the next. Now, I like to think I know a great deal about the industry and the developers and the publishers inside it, so I figured I would share the information that some people may have missed or overlooked, and my own just personal insight and educated guesses about this year's E3 showcases. Videos like this one are undoubtedly gonna start getting made more and more as E3 gets closer, so I decided to jump into it now. For this one, we're gonna be focusing on Bethesda, and I'll be making videos for the others after. So, welcome to the road to E3, everyone. Bethesda's 5th annual conference is planned for E3 2019 on June 9th. And I'm not sure how many others would agree, but the last 2 or so conferences from Bethesda have been largely a letdown. And with the whole Fallout 76 debacle, I'm sure many fans are looking for Bethesda to restore their faith in the company. Myself, once again, included. But after thinking about it, I'm not too sure this year's conference will be much better. So let's get the biggest and most disappointing news out of the way. Bethesda's already confirmed StarField and Elder Scrolls 6 will not be featured in any capacity, which is an enormous disappointment for I think pretty much everyone. It's also a very safe guess to say that Fallout 5 isn't going to make an appearance, and after Fallout 76 leaving such a stain on most fans, those titles are seemingly the only thing that could wash it away. And with them not being there, it begs the question, what will be the main focus of the conference if there even is one? But before we get into that, let's get some of the least exciting information out of the way now too. First off, it's not a stretch to imagine that the Elder Scrolls Online will undoubtedly have another expansion announced, if not just a bigger update in general. The same goes for Fallout 76, with Bethesda swearing they're going to make the game great and support it for a long time. There's no way they don't announce something big pertaining to it during the show. Also, by the time E3 comes around, Rage 2 will have been out for a few weeks, and it's likely they will have something to announce for that as well. Possibly their first DLC, future DLC plans, and or a planned update. The Elder Scrolls Legends, their card game, is likely to get some type of update / DLC announced too, as they have tried to be pretty consistent on supporting it. And finally, in what is definitely the most boring piece of info, something pertaining to Elder Scrolls Blades, their new crappy mobile game, will be announced as well, as they are trying to push that game into everyone's faces, so not doing something for it would already kill the very small amount of hype it has around it. The last few things that are sure to make an appearance are, first, Wolfenstein Youngblood. The co-op spin-off to the much-beloved Wolfenstein series is due out in July, so of course it's going to have a gameplay demo to build up hype for its release. And Doom Eternal, the sequel to the universally acclaimed Doom 2016 by id Softworks, has been confirmed to have a large presence during the show, which seemingly does answer that question I've raised earlier. What will be the main focus of the conference? Probably Doom Eternal. And you know, while I do love Doom, and Doom Eternal does look really awesome, I personally was hoping for something like StarField to be the main focus of the show, like how Fallout 4 was during the E3 2015 show. Let's get into some speculation. Some may wonder about the other IPs under Bethesda, such as Dishonored by Arcane Studios. Dishonored 2 came out in 2016 with its expansion coming out the following year. Both of them were met with critical acclaim just like the first game, but didn't do amazing sales-wise it seems. And that, when asked about the possibility of a third entry in the series, the lead designer said the series is, quote, resting, and that while another entry he, quote, honestly doesn't know what will happen. So unfortunately, it seems we won't be seeing that this year at least. We can't forget about Prey either. Prey 2017 was a reboot of the original Prey and was also developed by Arcane. Once again, it was met with critical acclaim, and sales-wise, it actually began to pick up over time. They also released DLC for it, one of which having a multiplayer aspect that seemed to be pretty well liked. And with them saying Dishonored is resting, it seems likely that they are shifting their focus on making Prey into a larger brand. It's been less than 2 years since Prey was released, so it's possible it's still early in development and won't be shown, but it may get a cinematic or teaser trailer of some kind. Some may also be wondering about Wolfenstein 3, which would come from Machine Games. While it has been confirmed to be in development, I find it highly unlikely that they will show it off during the conference, as it would probably overshadow Wolfenstein Youngblood, which as I said earlier is coming out this July, and I don't think Bethesda would want to pull an EA and compete against their own game like that. There's also The Evil Within by Tango Gameworks. The Evil Within 2 came out in 2017, followed by DLC not too long after, which also didn't sell too well either. But this one is interesting because there really hasn't been a peep about it anywhere. As far as I can find, Bethesda's made no comments about its future or whether another one is in development. Now, it has been less than 2 years since the last one was released, so I don't think the game will be getting close to release unless they had a second team working on it in sync with the second game. And most games are made on a 3 to 5 year cycle, so even if the game isn't coming out this year, there is a pretty strong possibility for it also to be teased or have a cinematic trailer. And lastly, there just is the possibility of an off-the-wall surprise. As we get closer to E3, I'm sure leakers will start giving details or even spreading rumors, and if any pop up, I'm most likely to make an update to shift my predictions as needed. Bethesda has mentioned that they have a few big things in development that aren't Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout, but given the track record lately, they could be calling a mobile game or a VR game a big thing. It's possible they could give a tease of what's to come in the next generation, but without StarField or Elder Scrolls 6, I'm not sure what they'd be showing off if that was the case. One of their studios could have been making a new IP in secret, but it's kind of hard to hold on to secrets like that these days. And maybe one of their older, untouched IPs will get a reboot or a remaster. Here's a list of things they have made and published, although several of those games were very poorly received. But Bethesda does value their IPs, so anything is possible. And with all that said, Bethesda's conference this year has potential to be a letdown once again. At least for me personally anyways. I'm sure a few cool things will be shown, like the Doom Eternal and Wolfenstein Youngblood gameplay, but I don't know if that'll be enough to save the conference as a whole. I suppose all we can hope for, all Bethesda fans can hope for, is some sort of surprise announcement. I love Bethesda, and I'm not trying to be negative at all, but I'm just looking at what I know about them and what they've been doing lately, and I'm just not feeling good about it. Maybe I'll be proven wrong though. I really hope I am proven wrong, actually. But what do you guys think will come out of this year's Bethesda conference? Are you excited? Are your hopes not high? Do you agree with me or disagree with me? What do you think of all the information that I brought up? Let me know all of that in the comments. I'll be trying to actively respond to everyone and anyone, and if you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it and got some informative value out of it, and I'll be making some more of these videos very soon, so consider subbing for more, and with that, I think that'll do it. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.